Now this is an interesting choice of block to do this from. Hello everybody, my name is Freebiy and welcome to Snapshot 25w05a. Kind of a smaller one, but there's some new things to look at, new blocks, other changes, sounds. Let's get into it. Let's start with what's in barrel number 1. The bush. The bush looks like that, and it's just a decorative block that can spawn in small patches in certain biomes, including the plains, windswept hills, windswept gravelly hills, windswept forests, rivers, frozen rivers, there's no frozen river to look at, forest, birch forest, there it is, and old growth birch forests. They look cool. They don't slow you down like berry bushes, but they kind of look like berry bushes. Hold on. Hold on. Gimme. No, they don't look anything like it. I don't know what I'm talking about. But they can be used in a composter, and you can, in fact, bone meal them to grow another bush next to it, if applicable. That's an interesting word to use in this situation. I'm always a fan of like little foliage things like this that just get added to the game. I think these are super cool. It'll add some, fun new things to look at when you're just wandering a fresh new world. But so will this. The firefly bush. Fireflies were a concept that were going to be added in, I believe it was 1.19, the wild update, but something that never got added. But now we have them. Oh, that's actually really nice. Look at that. I haven't looked at the textures yet. This is very nice. You can like see it like light up and stuff. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. Firefly bushes can be found in swamps and near rivers. We're not going to find any naturally around here anyways, just because well, generated this world before the snapshot. As you can see from the last snapshot video below us. Using bone meal, we'll make more. Easy ambience block farm right there. Real easy to do. It gives off a light level of 2, so it actually does emit light. And when it's dark, time set. I was going to do dark. Time set night. Look at him. Look at it. There are fireflies. Look at that. There are fireflies. That's so cool. I was about to say this is the saddest excuse for a swamp I've ever seen. This is where it teleported me. Hold on. We want to get over here and see the fireflies in action. Hold the phone. And just look at all the bushes already. Like look how commonly they spawn. Like this is a perfect time to like want to have shaders. Look at that. You can see like little particles moving in the sky. It's so cool. Though, I kind of like how they're not a dominating thing on the screen. Like there's maybe 1 or 2 little fireflies out and about at any given time. Like actually floating in the air. Maybe 3. But it's just like that extra little bit that like when you're walking through the swamp in the middle of the night, it just adds something, Now the patch notes don't say anything about being able to use firefly bushes in the composter, but you can. Okay. It's not great, but it does work. All right, next on the thing of things to and look at, thank you. We have new cows. Here is the normal cow. You can already see a difference. The model has been updated to have snout or whatever. Look at that. Like it protrudes from their face now. Look at that. I think I'm pretty sure the horns were always 3D, but there's that little bit on the face now. I don't want to break the place where we're doing this, but there are now variants of cows. And since it's over here, we'll just start over here. So like pigs, cows now have a cold and a warm variant. Here's the warm variant, the woolly cow. Its horns point forward. It looks fuzzy and cute, and I like it. And there is the baby, small and cute, and I love it. The cold, fuzzy cow spawns in old-growth pine taigas, old-growth spruce taigas, snowy taigas, windswept hills, windswept gravelly hills, and windswept forests. Now on to the warm cow. So here we are in the Badlands. Let's get down in there. Oh, you can already hear the new sounds. We'll come back to that in a minute. Here's warm cow. It's kind of red. Look at that. I wish I knew more about cows to tell you what kind of cow it was, but this is the warm variant of cows. Like pigs and their new variants from the last video, cows, when you breed them, work the same way. It is not dependent on the biome they are born in. It is randomly picked between the types of parent the cow has. So if I breed a normal cow and a warm cow, it'll be like a 50-50 chance of normal or warm. And yeah. And places you can find the warm cow are savanna plateaus, windswept savannas, jungles, sparse jungles, bamboo jungles, eroded badlands, wooded badlands, and badlands. Alright, and on to the sound changes, which we kind of already heard a little bit. I'm going to crank the volume. There are 2 new ambient sounds for deserts and badlands. Sand, red sand, and terracotta of any color have a chance of playing ambient sounds when surrounded by any one of them on at least 3 sides 8 blocks away. Which I think means, like, if you have one sand block and nothing else sand related, you don't hear it. But when you're in the middle of a desert like this, there's new ambient sounds, which is pretty cool. There are 2 new sounds, block.sand.idle, which can be played in any biome, and block.sand.wind, which I assume is what we're hearing right now. Yep, you hear that? That can play in desert and badlands. And dead bushes have a chance of playing ambient sounds when placed on top of 2 blocks that are of any color of terracotta sand or red sand in any biome. Can you put dead bushes on terracotta? Yeah, you can. What? I don't remember that being a thing. Okay, whatever. I guess I'm just not used to putting a living thing on a not dirt, even though it's dead. There's a desert not too far from here. We're just going to fly over to that real quick just to see if the sounds are any different. What does it sound like when it's up here and there's no sand? Okay, still sounds cool. It's probably going to sound exactly the same, but here is a tiny desert. But yeah, more ambience is always a welcome addition. These buttons are supposed to play the sound. But I don't know how commands work. So that's why we just went to a desert and badland to listen to the sounds, because I don't know. I just don't know. And that's really all the gameplay changes. There's a lot of technical changes, it would seem, like with commands, block tags, like NBT data for cows and stuff, now that there are different variants, stuff like that. handful of bugs that I actually haven't looked through yet, so I don't know if there's anything, because I don't really typically look through them, and, you know, recently they changed, in the last 2 snapshots that I didn't cover on the video, on the channel, they fixed the, quote, bug where you move faster if you're walking diagonally, which they did undo, thankfully. But it's stuff like that that makes me want to read the patch notes, not the patch notes, the bugs more. So it doesn't really look like there's any big changes or big fixes that I've noticed in the bug fixes, but a lot of it seems to be with like the game testing stuff they added in the last couple snapshots and whatnot, stuff that I don't really understand, but it's all right here, the test blocks and stuff. But you know, I don't really care about that stuff. But as we normally do, let's take a look at the actual patch notes itself. There will be a link to it in the description if you want to read this for yourself. Here's a pretty picture of the warm cow in a savanna with fireflies. The happy snapshot Wednesday. You didn't think we were done? Oh, I would hope not. New features: cold and warm variants for the cow, firefly bush, new ambient block sounds for ambient sounds in desert and badlands. There's the temperate cow, the cold cow, the warm cow, the places it spawns, how the breeding works, firefly bush. It doesn't say that it can be composted, which, you know, wouldn't be I wouldn't have had to question it if it didn't specify that the bush can be used in a composter. Just saying. Just saying. And then ambient sounds, and then some changes to like the updated temperate cow model and whatnot, and some stuff with beacon beams and stuff. And then here's all this stuff. The list isn't as long as it can be and has been, but that's that. If you're excited for the next game drop, because this is a drop, not a proper update, so this is, I think, supposed to be 21.5, I think it's what it's going to end up being when it eventually comes out. If you're excited and you want to keep up to date, subscribe, because I'm going to, you know, I'm going to try my best to keep making these videos. But that's it for this week. I will see you hopefully next week with more changes. Or not. Who knows? Bye-bye.